Literally logged me out and it's like saying that my name is unrecognizable.
You got kicked out of high school.
I know, I did it on the other.
Maybe you got kicked out of high school and they didn't bother telling you.
Yeah, sorry you've been expelled.
You're gonna have to go to Biter now. Way worse than that.
Magic pencil shall help.
And I don't think it will. I'm not as, I don't know.
Okay.
I never have to log into Schoology because I got a different, I'm a teacher person, so.
Stand up for your rights.
You have no rights, you're minors.
Who says that?
Dude, that is actually true. It's sad, but
Just
it's
try quitting the app
Okay.
and then just put it away. And then give it some time to kill it and then it'll be better in a little bit. Okay, so today we're going to build on what we did yesterday, and that is we started with slope, and we're going to build up from slope into equations of lines. We'll talk about the different forms of lines and which ones work and which ones don't for our needs. And then I've got a metric butt ton of examples for you to take a look at and to work through. So you'll probably need your calculators. If you want to get those bad boys out, you can. There we go, that's what we're looking for. 3 forms of lines. You probably love slope-intercept form.
Yes.
Yeah, get over it. That's so yesterday. Time to run with the big dogs, kids. We're all about the point slope form. Okay, so you probably had y equals mx plus b shoved down your throat last year. The Latin term for that would be ad nauseum, until you puke. We're going to use point slope form because it's funner. M is the slope still, because M is M. But now we're using a point, x1, y1. In point slope form, you don't plug into x and y, just into x1 and y1. And then occasionally, some joker thinks it would be fun to use standard form, but standard form is equally silly. In fact, it's probably the silliest of all of them.
Why?
Because it's useless.
It's kind of stupid.
But I put it up there just so that if you see it, you don't freak out. Some of you will solve problems. Your answer will be in point slope form and you will be physically incapable of just leaving it. You start to have like a seizure because you're going to feel like you got to put it into slope intercept form. Don't do it. Just leave it like this. Okay, I'm still going through the same thing with my calc students because this is good. Don't do that because if you make a mistake, you're in a whole bunch of hurt. Okay, so let's start with some examples. As much as I just said I hate slope-intercept forms, sometimes slope-intercept form is a lot easier because this problem gives you 2 things. It gives you a slope and a y-intercept. So use the slope and the y-intercept in slope-intercept form and write the equation of that line. You can skip the graphing part. We're not going to worry about graphing now. Is it safe to assume that you can all graph?
Yeah.
Right? Because you put a point at -3 on the y-axis, then count up 6 and over 1, and you're good to go. Line. Good. What's the equation of the line?
Y equals 6x minus 3.
Bingo. Okay. Again, it's not rocket science. Number 2. Point slope form. Now, why would you use point slope form? Because it tells you. And why does it tell you? Because I gave you a slope, I gave you a point. It would make sense to use point slope form. And again, don't overthink these. Is the 4 m, y, x, x1 or y1? M. Is the -10 y, x, y1 or x1? And I just lost the ability to speak. And the 8?
X1. I mean Y1.
Jump the gun there, Sparky. Y1. Plug and chug. You're done. Tricia, what is it? Good, and just to get persnickety, because that's what I do for a living, you want to say 4 times the quantity, so we know the parentheses are in there. Okay, because we'll have to do some distributive property later, but not right now. Any problems on 1 or 2? Good, I was hoping that would be the case. Example number 3. Uh-oh. Can you see?
No.
Hold on, let me move the board up. Because I've got 47 examples to go through, let's just do this one. We'll forget about this one for now. Write the equation of the line through those 2 points. Now, here's where you have the option. You could use either form. I'm ignoring the weird standard form. Slope-intercept form would work nicely here. Why? I lied. Slope-intercept wouldn't work nicely here. So therefore use point-slope form. But what chunk of information are we missing, Tom? And what is that slope, sir? Did you do it yet? No. Okay. Si, senor.
There's a slope 3 halves.
I don't know. I didn't do it yet. What'd you say?
3 halves.
Is it slope 3 halves?
Yes.
I think so, huh? Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do it up here. Doesn't that look cool on the red? Shut up. Invited you,
McDonald's here.
jerks. Why, yes, Matt, it is 3 halves. So, what's the equation of the line then, Matt?
Y minus
Good start.
3. Or is the, I don't remember if it's that. 4? No. No, 9.
9 equals.
3 halves
Uh-huh.
times, well, parentheses x.
Tricia, what's the way to say that?
Times the quantity of x minus 4.
Oh, wait. Not the only possible answer. Charmed up.
Oh. That's what I was.
What's the other answer? Tricia.
Y minus 0 equals 3 halves times the quantity of x plus 2.
Good. And since we're all fairly smart here, how would you rewrite this?
Y equals
We don't need that. Okay, I'm not going to rewrite it, I'm just going to cheat. Okay, good. But wait, there's more. Suppose you wanted it in slope-intercept form. Well, do a little bit of distributive property there, and okay. But don't do that. Just stop there. It's fine. 2 answers. Which one's more correcter? They're the same. It doesn't matter. You do whatever you want. This is America. Like power, right on. Let's go. America. Horizontal and vertical lines. We talked about yesterday that a horizontal line has a slope of
0.
0. So therefore, what's the equation of all horizontal lines?
0.
No.
0.
Equation of the line, not the slope of the line.
Wait,
Y equals 0.
Y equals
0 x.
Y equals what?
Y equals the x-intercept or the y-intercept?
well, which one?
Y.
Because I asked you a question. Never mind. Wow, that's a lot of stuff that just appeared. Horizontal line slope of 0. So if you plug it into, I know I use slope intercept, but yeah. And sure enough, what Colin just said is you end up with that y-intercept. Y equals 3. Think of it this way. A horizontal line is a line with all the points that have all the possible y values of 3 in this case, or 2, or negative 10, or positive gabillion, whatever it is. Y equals is all the y values. Even if you forget that, you can still work your way through that by putting in 0 for the slope and then simplifying the equation. You can't do that with vertical lines because you have no slope to plug in. You can't plug undefined into an equation. So you have to remember that it's x equals some number, and that number is the x-intercept. Okay. X equals going up and down, y equals going horizontally. But you knew that already, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. One yes is enough for me. Okay. How about the horizontal line passing through -7, 8? So now you have to remember a whole 4 seconds ago when I had that slide up there. Is horizontal x equals or y equals? Or are you like a goldfish and you can't remember anything? Are you volunteering to be a goldfish or?
No, it's y equals. No, I thought you were just, never mind.
You're right, but y equals
Hold on. Y equals what, 8?
8. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Easy peasy, right? Contrary to that,
X equals -4?
x equals -4. Good. Great work done.
I think in like summer school, we learned bucks and hoy, and it's like,
I'm sorry. I don't think that language is appropriate in here. What did you just say?
it's like, it's an acronym, it's like bucks and hoy, and then
God, can we not use that word? It makes me nervous. I don't even want to try to repeat it.
What word is it?
That's what I'm afraid of.
She said bucks and
no,
hoy.
bucks. It's a vertical, it's VUXNHOY,
Here.
Bucks and hoy.
and hoy. It's an acronym, to help you remember.
It sounds like a pirate crew or something.
Bucks and hoy.
Bucks.
VUX.
Okay.
So it's like vertical, undefined, and like x equals. And
Okay.
then hoy is horizontal, 0, and then y.
Wow, that makes me so uncomfortable.
Bucks and hoy. Arr.
Okay. I mean, I don't not like it. It's good. Bucks and hoy. My only stipulation, if you want to use bucks and hoy, is please enunciate your words carefully. If I ask you, why is that true? Well, Mr. Reedy, I used bucks and hoy. Okay? Don't shorten your speech there or slur your words, because you're going to find yourself bounced out of here. Made me like physically uncomfortable.
Bucks and hoy.
Write the equation of a line that represents the x-axis on the coordinate plane. What's the equation for the x-axis? Is the x-axis horizontal or vertical? Is the x-axis horizontal or vertical? It's all right, last time. Is the x-axis horizontal or vertical? Good, it's horizontal. What's the equation of the x-axis? Just 0. Just throw a 0 up there. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's an equation. It's going to be the only equation that does.
Really, at the end of the day.
So then, anyways, we got this, we got that, you got that, and then that. Okay, and then we got. Okay, great. Excellent. Day 6. Okay.